Hello everybody, this is Mimi's Crafty Shop and I just finished another journal and I love the way it turned out. I absolutely love the colors of this one. It was so fun to get to work with something that had a lot of reds and blacks and greens and just lushy colors. The digital download that I got this from is Ephemera's Garden, and I was so excited that I finally got to use this collage that I made up, and I thought it turned out really pretty. I've had it for probably a year and never could find a place to put it, so it finally worked out that I could use it here. And I love the way Mabel's Diary is what this book is called, and it's a 9x6. It has 4 signatures sewn in, 148 pages front and back, and it's filled with so much embellishments and ephemera and all kinds of goodies. And I love this fabric. I got this at Joann's, which I'm sure that some of y'all have it or have used it. I actually tea-dyed it so it can make it a little bit more vintage looking. But isn't that beautiful? I just love the way it turned out, and I just put a little some jewelry right there on her necklace and just embellished her, sparkles on her. I don't think you can see it in the picture, but the sparkles turned out really pretty on her. And anyway, so let's get started on the book. This book had so much ephemera to it. I could not believe how much this digital download. Just tons of stuff. So I had fun cutting it out and working with it. This right here must be Mabel, and she's dressed up in tons of different ways. And this is Junk Journal Junkie. And I tried to really incorporate a lot of different things. And wait a minute. Oh, that's supposed to have a clasp to it, but I see that it doesn't, so I'll have to find out what happened to it. But I love the paper, and it's just beautiful. The blacks, the reds, the greens. It just it just spoke to me when I seen it. And so see all these things that I cut out, this bird here, and black on black. I thought it was pretty, and this beautiful lace that I used. I wanted to show you this lace right here. I love this lace, this black lace. My mom gave me some of this, and so pretty. I just love those dangles and the polka dots, and everything's tea-dyed. And this is a beautiful page right here. And I did a lot of sewing on this journal again. A lot of pockets, little notebooks, little writing things I made up. And some more fun ephemera there. She had tons of it, so I couldn't use it all, and I thought, well, I'll stick some of it in there. But I really enjoy taking 2 or 3 things and just mixing it up with some lace and sewing it on there. I thought that was kind of neat how I did that. And I just took this and kind of made it look like a flower pot. Had stuck that in there so you could take it off and use it. But this right here I did up. There's Mabel again. I put this, I don't really know what this was that she put with her kit, but it was kind of an unusual border stuff. So I thought, well, I'm going to make wings out of it. I thought it turned out really cute. I like that different look. And there's a little rose here with some beautiful black, I think that's kind of a doily type deal. And there's Mabel again, all dressed up in her beautiful outfit. See, here's that border I was talking about. And that beautiful flower. And here's another pocket. Some more fun stuff in there, some more writing. I've left a lot of space for writing in the journal. Forever True. Love this paper right here. This is some of my scrapbooking paper, and when you tea-dye it up, it's scrumptious. It's just beautiful. Some more little ephemera there, and that came with the kit, and I just stuck it on there because it was the little ink and pen was on there, so I kind of incorporated in both the things there. This is some tissue paper that I took and Mod Podged on a paper. I thought it was pretty. And this is one of my papers that this is a lunch bag that I took and decorated up and just stuck it in the book instead of leaving it out. I actually incorporated it into the signatures this time. So anyway, this turned out so neat. I love the way this did. This is actually an envelope that kind of fell apart, and whenever I tea-dyed it, it just fell apart. So I said, well, what can I do with it? So I thought, well, I'll just stick it in there and use it anyway. And so I made it into like a fold out, and then just stuck that back there and have, I don't know if that's Mabel or one of her friends because it doesn't really look like her, but anyway, I stuck her on there, and I thought it was a neat little thing that I made up just out of the spur of the moment type deal. I love when stuff like that happens, but just love these cutouts. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Of course, I love the vintage ladies anyway. And more tuck spots. Got some tabs on here. I did this is actually a napkin that I Mod Podged on this doily, paper doily. Nice, more of that little stuff I made up. I call them collages. I don't know what. You take a ephemera and just kind of put it all together, and then I just kind of sewed it down or glued it down, maybe on that one. Isn't that beautiful? I love those black roses. And then here's the other part of the trash bag or lunch bag, and it just has the little, see, these are so neat to make. And there's that beautiful, and this actually has got a tuck spot here that you can tuck goodies in there. Another little tuck spot, and there's that beautiful flower again. This paper here I got from Sue, and I used it in here because the colors went with it. Here's some paper that I have that I got out of a journal, and I just love it. I don't have to do anything to it. But anyway, and aren't those birds pretty? Love birds. And these little pockets came with the kit too, and you just cut them out and stick them on there. Here's a little tag I made up. Put a little sewing on there and little tuck spots on it. Here's a little, my mom gave me these. They're those little folder deals. They're little small ones, but I think they're so pretty. I love them. This is a little envelope that came with the kit. Let me put that down. I put some Velcro on it, and it all opens up all the way, so I really thought that was neat. I like that. And to-do list. I did a lot of stamping, more little writing material. And this is, I cut these little butterflies out with my Tim Holtz Vagabond. And I'm so excited. I got my, since I'm needing some extender plates. Isn't that pretty? I love that napkin and that little rose. To make my TN journal. I've never made one before, and I had bought, I can't think of that lady's name, but anyway, she has a cutout, let's see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. The travel journal, right? It's Eileen Hall, I think. Anyway, I'm going to make one of those, and I can't wait. Every time I see somebody with a travel journal, it just makes me want to make one so bad. And I've seen some beautiful kits. I'm going to get one. Artemaze has a really pretty sunflower one that I want to purchase and make one up. I think that's going to be my next thing to do after I make these other two kits that I have. And that's a beautiful picture of, I hope I'm in frame. Beautiful picture of Miss Mabel there. Another pocket, another little notebook I made up. But anyway, I'm excited about the stamp, about making that TN. I've got some really pretty digitals that I'm going to make up one of Jane Austen. I've been wanting to do a Jane Austen notebook, so journal. So I'm going to do that next. I've got a big one I'm going to do, and then a TN, another fold out. So I'm anxious. I got all my papers ready to get it started. Anxious to get it going and to cut out my journal. I know that you don't have to use that Eileen Hall's cutout. You can make your own, but I wanted to try to use my Vagabond, and so I seen a video on that, oh gosh, probably 6 months ago, and it got me to wanting to do it. So I thought I'm gonna make one. This paper right here is actually canvas paper that you buy to write on, like artist paper really is what it is. And I thought, well, I'm gonna start using that in my books. So I thought it really teed out up pretty. And I had already done some painting on it, so excuse that noise, that's my iron going off. This is a beautiful tag that I made up. I love this lady right here. And it says this book belongs to, and then I put just a lot of ephemera in here. It'll go off in a minute, I promise, ladies. And here's the back of the book and that beautiful butterfly picture. And anyway, I was just so excited about the way this book turned out. I did a chipboard, and I did the tacky glue, Eileen's tacky glue, to get the whatever you call this, fabric to adhere to my chipboard, and it works fantastic. If none of y'all have tried that, I'm sure y'all have, because I'm always the last one to do things. It works really good. And then I buy this book binding stuff from Amazon, and I use it on my spine, and I sew my signature to that. And I make it loose because I got to notice some books, and it's not attached. Some of them are, you know. But anyway, I thought, well, you know, that would help give it a little bit of more room to bend, because I was having trouble with my books getting them to lay flat. So anyway, that was my solution to it. I'm sure there's tons of other stuff out there, but anyway, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all listening to my video and me rattle on. I will be putting this in my Etsy store. So thank y'all for your kind comments. I appreciate it so much. And y'all have a blessed weekend.